All right, this is really kind of ironic. The day we report on the USA Today article about the data breach, which is probably 4 months after, perhaps the mainstream media should have advised the public. Literally today, I got the email from SSA, August 21st, 2024, which is today. You might not be seeing this today. I apologize because I really don't want to put up more than one in a day. But anyway, they have a little article here. SSA is providing the below information as a public service following reports of a data breach that is unrelated to the Social Security Administration's internal systems and data. And that's really important, neither of which has been compromised. That is really important. So this is that other background check company, NPD. Let's see what else they have to say. With various reports of data breaches involving Social Security numbers in the media, the SSA is telling us, we'd like to remind you about the importance of protecting your personal information. Somebody illegally using your Social Security number and possibly assuming your identity can cause many problems. Yes, that goes without saying. So here they tell us what to do if you suspect your Social Security number has been stolen. They point out that identity thieves can use your Social Security number and other personal information to take out loans and credit cards, open cell phones and utility accounts in our names. If we believe our information has been stolen, we may be a victim of identity theft, and we can, and here we go, visit identitytheft.gov to make a report and get a recovery plan. So that's, I didn't know about that, that website. So that's pretty cool. It's a one-stop resource managed by the Federal Trade Commission, which is the nation's consumer protection agency. They say you can also call the following number, 877 ID theft, which is also 877-438-4338. You can file a police report and keep a copy of your records in case problems arise in the future. With regard to filing a police report, guys, I believe you can do that probably online with the police department, your local. They're not going to be like, have a big, huge cyber team that's going to go cure it. However, when I got identity thefted, and this was in summer of 2008, I was highly pregnant with my son, which is my second kid. And I was identity thefted because someone took out a loan. And the only reason I found out was because I had been keeping track of my credit score, and it plummeted in like a 2-3 month period. It plummeted because they took out the loan, got the money, and never made the first payment back or whatever they were supposed to do. So, as soon as you start missing payments, your credit will plummet. And that's what I was alerted to. It took me about 8 months of following probably what they're referring to here as a recovery plan, but at the time they didn't have anything organized. So I called the bureaus. They had some articles of this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. Fill out this affidavit, file this police report. If you took the steps, none of which were going to cure or find the culprit, but if you took the steps, they would then correct your credit report so that you no longer had this bad credit on your report. And that it took about 8 months. And I'm a pretty diligent person when it comes to doing things like this. So anyway, that's what you can do. And hopefully not many of us will have to do it, but they said you can file an online report with the Internet Crime Complaint Center, also known as IC3, and it's located at ic3.gov. And that is the letter I, the letter C, the number 3.gov. In the website address I just mentioned, nothing is capitalized. So it's little I, little c, the number 3.gov. Its mission is to receive, develop, and refer cybercrime complaints to law enforcement and regulatory agencies. They also say to notify one of the 3 major credit bureaus and consider adding a credit freeze, fraud law, or both to your credit report. They're only saying to notify one of the 3, so that's pretty cool. I always thought it was 3. I mean, do it with all 3. The company you call is required to contact the others. Okay, that's beautiful. Thank you. That's good. They give the numbers. I'm going to read them here for any of you that aren't really wanting to go to this link that I will attach to this video. Equifax, the number is 1-800-525-6285. Experian is 888-397-3742. TransUnion is 800-680-7289. They remind us to regularly check our credit reports for anything unusual. I'm a culprit of not doing that as frequently as I should. Free credit reports are available online at annualcreditreport.com. And that's the website where A for annual is capitalized, C for credit is capitalized, and the R in report is capitalized. Annualcreditreport.com. Lastly, they state to contact the IRS to prevent someone else from using your Social Security number to file a tax return to receive your refund. I have heard of that happening where people's refunds were sent to somebody else. That's appalling. It said visit Identity Theft Central or call 800-908-4490. I guess that would be related to the IRS. Anyway, there's more here. I'm going to link this for anyone who is interested. We probably all should be. All right. This is the world we live in, unfortunately. All right. Good seeing you guys. We're running here. I'm about to run out the door. It's really kind of partially a family day today. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey, so if the subject matter of the video you just listened to is of interest and you want more on it, stay tuned. Here's another one about the same topic, but a little bit different. Bye now. All right, so let's talk about the data breach that we keep hearing about that occurred apparently in April of 2024. And ostensibly 2.9 billion pieces of information were hacked, put on the dark web, sold. I mean, really bad stuff. Okay. There's 1,000,001 articles out there by all the big media outlets, newspapers, etc. So I'm just going to go over USA Today's. This came out last week. In fact, it's dated August 15th. It's concerning because I don't recall that the SSA alerted us, and that might have been perhaps a nice thing to do. Although I'm imagining that a reason why maybe they didn't is because people would panic. I don't know that we need to panic, but I'm not really sure what we should do aside from, spending more money for anti-hacking coverage like LifeLock or something like that. Anyway, so according to the article, and I will attach this, sensitive information, including Social Security numbers for millions of people, could be in the hands of a hacking group after a data breach and may have been, notice how it's always may have been released on an online marketplace. And this is according to, they say, the Los Angeles Times. The hacking group is called USDOD, and it claimed it had allegedly stolen personal records of 2.9 billion people. Now that's a difference here. I've seen 2.9 billion pieces of information, pieces of data, and here it says 2.9 billion people. And here's the funny part from, I believe it said like the US, Canada, and the UK. Ironically, I don't think there's 2.9 billion people between those three countries. But anyway, the national public data is where apparently the information was stored. And according to a class action lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, as reported by Bloomberg Law. And again, they reiterate that they think it happened in April. So I don't know why we're in August now, April, 4 months later, it's being brought public that our information has been compromised. National Public Data has confirmed that the massive data breach did include Social Security numbers. So they confirmed both that it happened and that it includes Social Security numbers. Oh boy. There is a class action law firm that I apparently is involved by the name of Schubert, Jonquier, and Colby. Pardon me if I butchered that name, guys. Don't mean to, all due respect. They said in a news release that the stolen file includes, looks like 277.1 gigabytes of data. And that's probably where they get that 2.7 billion. And includes names, addresses, histories, relatives, and social security numbers dating back at least 3 decades. Now, I went to one of the links and I'll try to find it. It's by NPD, National Public Data, where you can supposedly check to see if yours was hacked. It's by a company called Pentester, or a entity or a program called that. And I have the link, and I did plug in my name and my prior state of New Jersey. And boy, did every piece of address I've ever had since I was like 18. So we're talking like 30, 40 years ago. And it was kind of weird. I'll show it to you. I'll link you guys to it. You could plug in your own information. I thought when I plugged in my PA address that it wasn't coming up, but then again, I didn't realize at that time that it scrolled down and there's some more to be seen. So anyway, I'll do that again after, but I will post both of those links if you want to play with it. According to a post, this is, again, I'm still in the USA Today article. According to a post from a cybersecurity expert on X, which is formerly Twitter, of course, US DOD, the hacking criminal outfit, claims to be selling 2.9 billion records for US citizens of the US, the UK, and Canada on the dark web for $3.5 million. Since the information was posted for sale in April, others have released different copies of the data, according to the cybersecurity and technology news site Bleeping Computer. I guess it's a technology news site called Bleeping Computer. A hacker known as Fenice, Fenice, leaked the most complete version of the data for free on a forum in August, according to Bleeping Computer. So what is National Public Data? National Public Data, according to this USA Today article, is a Florida-based background check company operated by Jericho Pictures, Inc. Apparently, USA Today has reached out to National Public Data for comment. The company has not publicly confirmed a data breach, now it is saying, but the LA Times reported that it has been telling people who contacted via email that, quote, we are aware of certain third-party claims about consumer data and are investigating these issues. I suspect there's a huge, massive class action lawsuit in the makes right now. Probably that law firm that we noted above. So maybe, look to them if you have any questions. They go on to say what to do if you suspect your information has been stolen. If you believe your information has been stolen or has appeared on the dark web. Here's the funny thing. What is the dark web? Who goes there? I don't go there. Like, am I supposed to go there? Is that like walking down a dark alley when I shouldn't be? Like, do we want to go there to see if our information's there? There are a few steps you can take to prevent fraud or identity theft. Money.com recommends taking the following steps. And again, I'm still in the USA Today article. Make sure your antivirus is up to date and perform security scans on all of your devices. If you find malware, most antivirus programs should be able to remove it, but in some cases you may need professional help. But of course, I mean, isn't that always the supposition that the hackers are actually paid by the antivirus programs so that we have a reason to buy the antivirus programs? Update your passwords for bank accounts, email accounts, and other services you use, and make sure they are strong and different for every account. I know that's what they tell us we should do. We probably should do that right about now. Include upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and punctuation marks, and never use personal information that a hacker could guess. Use multi-factor authentication for any accounts or services that offer it to ensure you are the person logging in. Yeah, I don't use multi-factor for everything, but I have been starting to use it for many things, particularly since I'm the only person that needs to get in there. I don't have an accountant that needs to get into my accounts or anything like that. Check your credit report and report any unauthorized use of your credit cards. If you notice any suspicious activity, you can ask credit bureaus to freeze your credit. Be careful with your email and social media accounts and beware of phishing. That's PH, phishing. An attempt to get your personal information by misrepresenting who a message or email is from. We have other videos on the scams that go on with this and how a lot of our seniors are getting duped through phishing scams and similar. So you can take a look at that. I think there's a playlist. Might even be called scams. I don't recall. But anyway, Yeah, this is something that I really feel like I kind of need to get onto. I will say that you can, I believe, lock my credit with the three bureaus individually. You can do that yourself. It costs nothing. It means I think they will be reaching out to you if you or someone pretending to be you seeks to get credit in your name, take out a loan, credit card, that kind of thing. My husband, and I don't know the name of the company, but he actually, it might even be through one of the major credit bureaus, but he actually pays for it to be probably a little more easily facilitated by him. So he pays like a monthly fee. I haven't done that yet because I'm a little cheap. But anyway, I wanted to share this fact that there has been apparently, I don't even think it's in dispute, this hack. It just seems that it took a really long time for them to let the public know. But there were a lot of viewers here who, I shouldn't say a lot, a handful, who, yeah, I know, my hair's on my face. I'm going for a haircut on Saturday, who pointed out that they were already aware of this. And that's kind of what brought my attention to it because, my days are running, constantly running. And I don't see all this stuff if it's not something that the SSA puts in front of my face. So anyway, it's that. I hope we all go unscathed with this, but just be aware that you should maybe be, at the very least, checking your passwords, changing them, if not putting freezes on your credit bureau accounts. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.